In this video, I'll be showing you a quick and relatively inexpensive method to creating your own water staging system. We will go over the parts that are needed, location considerations, and showing you exactly how the system works. This video is not about water parameters. It's more about creating a safe and consistent water change that will be healthy for your fish, and primarily eliminate the use of buckets. Currently, I have a 60-gallon discus aquarium located on my first floor. When considering a location, I initially considered my garage that's on the same level as my aquarium. Ultimately, I considered that to be a bad idea due to the big changes in the summer and winter month temperatures. I decided on a location in my basement which formerly housed a washer and dryer. The location had water, drainage, and electricity. Alright guys, so what I'm using is my 50-foot gravel Python with the extended tube that I've already owned and used for my current water changes. I am going to have to add an additional section of tubing. I have a 20-foot as well as a 10-foot and the hook that is commonly used for water changes. I'm going to be using this for the drainage application. Something you want to consider if you're going to stage water and keep it is obviously your heating as well as your surface agitation. I went ahead and purchased the Whisper 60 off of Amazon. It was pretty cheap, and I would always recommend a check valve if you're using any kind of air pump and a length of tubing. And this air stone, I haven't tried it out before, but it wasn't too expensive. Also have the aquarium 300 watt. This is a heater that I use currently on my 60-gallon discus. It's going to be something that I'll plug in probably a day or two prior to doing water changes, just to get the water up to a pretty close temperature of where my aquarium is currently at. And lastly is a submersible pump. This one located at Harbor Freight. It's a middle of the road. As you can see, the max head lift is 11 feet. So depending on how high you're going to go, if it's going to be in a basement like mine is, you might want to consider getting something that's a little bit more powerful, but we're going to give this one a shot and see how it works out. So it looks like a big smiley face. So one of the things I decided to do was cut a hole to access the bottom of the 55-gallon drum to be able to add my pumps as well as my heater. Just went ahead and did that with pre-drilling a hole to start and doing using a Sawzall. And I like the ports that were in here just to use my input-output, and it gave me enough room so I could definitely reach into the bottom and change my pump out, put my pump in, or heaters. As I showed you before, I did buy a separate 10-foot extension that I wanted to hook directly to the pump. And the reason why I wanted to do that is when you get your Python extension or the main unit that you buy, it's going to come with two couplers, a male and female. So just these pieces alone, if you order them separately, are about $8. So for the total cost, it's definitely worth just getting a separate length and using this. And the reason why I wanted to use this, I'll show you later on as we assemble it. So I was able to find a fitting that my pump came with that should seem to work with the Python diameter. One of the things I did was I did cut the original end off that was on the stock fitting because it was a little distended, and it seemed to give me a better fit. So the pump is fitted for the proper tubing, and I'm going to go ahead and put it inside the tank. So guys, this is the final product. I do have everything inside. I have the air stone, the heater, and the pump. One consideration would be the location of the air stone, reference to the pump. Not to say that it's going to harm anything, but it might compromise the movement of water as far as delivering it the length that I need to go. I did leave the 2 ports that the 55-gallon drum came with. I will have 1 input and then 1 output that will hook into the standard 50-foot length python that I use. So as far as my connection here, I just have a standard hose. Then I'm going to cut the length and I'm going to put it on this side to do my refills. So that's it. Let's fill it up. So I am filling this up for the first time, trial run. As you can see, I did trim that portion of hose. It's going straight from my water source right into the barrel. The barrel is just sitting right here by the door, so it should be the most accessible. So water is full. Just put on the heater probably in the next 2 days. Going to be doing a water change. Aeration's been going for the past several days as well. Just going to go ahead and see how this works, how quickly the tank will fill, and we'll go from there.